Here at the University of Minnesota, with funding from the Minnesota Turf and Grounds Foundation, we have been looking for resistant plants that landscapers with infested beds can use to plant in these beds and know that they will be resistant to the white mold fungus. We first did a literature search to try and find what plants had never been reported having infection with white mold. And this is a disease that can infect over 400 species of plants. So there were very few candidates available that we found, but we did find some interesting ones. One really good category of plants are the ornamental grasses. And there's a wide variety of these available to landscapers now. Down here we have a carex. It adds a nice orange color and some texture to the landscape. Behind it is a pennisetum, or the purple millets. You may also see this as the purple fountain grass. We've also planted a juncus, or a reed, as well as a few other grasses. And what we find is that the majority of grasses are resistant to the white mold fungus. So you are able to plant them and you don't have to worry about any disease. The exception to this is a small grass called sweet flag, or a chorus. This is sweet flag, or a chorus, and it is one of the few grasses that we found that is actually susceptible to the white mold fungus. You can see browning on the edges of the clumps of the grass. That is caused by infection with the white mold, and eventually this entire clump will be killed and we will get sclerotia forming on the sweet flag. So this is probably one option of grasses that you do not want to consider if you do have a white mold infested flower bed. And a chorus will become infected, although it does seem to slowly develop over time, so it'll probably last most of the gardening season. But we would recommend either a carex, a juncus, the pennisetum, or other ornamental grasses that are closely related to these ones. If you're interested in more flowering plants for an infested bed, one candidate that we found that's done really well against the white mold are cannas. And cannas are a great plant to add to a landscape bed because you can get different colors on the foliage and a wide variety of flowers, as well as different heights. Over here you can see we have one of the shorter cannas. These are the tropical white cannas and tropical yellow. These can actually be grown from seed and make a nice addition. We have some red colored foliage cannas, as well as some nice striped cannas. This is a Pretoria canna. So these can be a really fun, almost tropical addition to a landscape planting. Another tropical, although non-flowering plant that can be added to landscapes is the colocasia, or the elephant ear. These are fun, large plants. My plants here are actually rather small because we needed to fit them in the research bed, but they can actually get almost as tall as me, and they often are an eye catcher and draw people into the bed. They're a lot of fun. They seem to do really well against the white mold fungus.